And she took it.
So why did you take it out of her name?
This is from Cindy Roberts.
Why did you take it out of her name?
Because I had to pay it on the 13th.
But you could have paid it and it stayed in her name. Why'd you take it out of her name?
I put it back in her name, but I just had to pay it.
That isn't an answer to my question. On the day you went in to pay it, you're telling me that you paid it because you were worried that it was going to go on your taxes.
That's what Cindy.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't quite work that way, but that's fine. But then the question becomes, why'd you take the water bill out of her name?
Because I wanted to be responsible, so I wouldn't get behind.
But that's not what the lease says, does it?
It says it could be, the lease says it could be paid by me and she reimbursed me. You know, so I was just gonna give her the benefit.
Why was it put in her name in the first place? Calls the case of Anderson versus Lyman. Both matters being called.
Apologize for that interruption.
Not a problem. State your appearance, please.
Good morning, Edward Mall, MAHL P27115, attorney for the plaintiff.
All right, where are we on these cases?
Good morning, Judge. My furnace had went out this morning. Not only did my furnace go out, Lori showed up to my house last month and had some guy walk around the back. But when he saw the camera, he ended up leaving.
What?
When the guy she had moved to the house saw the camera, he ended up leaving. And she's still sending falsified information about the case to the water.
To who?
The water department.
So somebody last week showed up to your house?
No, that's a video of him walking around the house.
Did you send somebody to the premises?
No, certainly did not.
What started as a rent dispute turned into a complete courtroom takedown after the judge realized the landlord behavior went far beyond unpaid rent. The tenant accused her landlord of constantly spying, sending people around the house, changing utility accounts, and trying to control everything happening inside the property. At first, the landlord denied everything until security footage was shown in court. Then the judge completely flipped. He openly accused the landlord of harassment and said she wanted control of everything, including who the tenant had inside the house. The courtroom went silent as the judge called the landlord's actions pretext and suggested the entire situation had become personal instead of professional. Police scarlight fire.
She was in the car.
She was what?
She was in the car. You can see it in the video.
And Ms. Anderson, you're indicating you didn't send anybody? So she had a video of that? That would.
I didn't send anybody to the house.
Were you at the house? Were you in a car near the house?
And about a month and a half ago, I think I drove by one time, but I didn't drive to the house. I think I just.
Was the car sitting there, ma'am?
Yeah, the car was sitting out front.
No.
They pulled up a little bit.
Out front of
The house. They tried to get out the view of the camera. And then he proceeded to look at the camera. And then he walked around the house and he seen the camera. And then he went back to the car and they pulled up. So he didn't finish walking around the house because he seen the camera.
You have that video
Yes, it's in my camera roll.
on your phone?
Yes.
Did you bring your phone in?
Yes.
Okay. Can you send it to the court if I gave you an email?
Yes.
You know how to do that? And also, you might need to send a copy to All right. These are all non-payment of rent cases, both of these.
There's a lot of issues, but we're slimming it down to non-payment of rent this morning.
Well, from plaintiff's position, what is plaintiff's claim in, I guess, either one of these cases?
Well, at this point, we are concentrating on rent. There's been only how many months? 2 months paid. Only 2 months of rent paid.
So how much are you claiming is owed? How much do you have in this room?
This includes water because there's $1,900, more than $1,900 due for water bill for water that's left on. The balance is $15,899.39.
15,000.
That gives her credit for the escrow that's with the court of $6,600. 2 payments of escrow have been made only.
She's claiming over 21,000 owing?
Yeah, she figures 22,499.39 is the balance. When I say she, I mean Miss Anderson.
And how much did you say?
66.
Servants. Take a look.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
So what months is she claiming rent for?
All the months after, well, she has not paid anything since the first the 2 months, May and June. She owes the rent from
So
July.
you're claiming for July?
Yes. August, September, October, November, and December. Not yes. Okay, don't. Into the court.
You paid
I know
what?
that. We know that.
Paid those months.
Where?
Talking about July and all that, I paid that.
Yeah, July and August have been paid. They're escrow. They're in escrow now. September, October, November, and December.
Just a second, counsel. So you're looking at 6 months, basically, right?
Yes, 6 months have not been paid to us. 2 months have been paid into the court. So this 4 months owed.
3,300.
The tenant shocked the courtroom when she revealed hidden camera footage showing mysterious man walking around the property while a woman allegedly waited inside a nearby car. The judge immediately demanded the videos be sent directly to the court. Moments later, after reviewing the footage himself, the judge came back visibly frustrated. The landlord denied knowing the man, but the judge wasn't convinced for a second. He repeatedly questioned why random people kept appearing around home and why the landlord seemed obsessed with checking on the property. Then came the brutal conclusion. You did that to harass her. That single line completely changed the direction of the case. Grimacing face balance scale.
So, Ms. Lyman, I'm a bit confused because when we appeared here before, you had indicated that you were going to pay the rent into court escrow, and I don't have anything. I only have 2 months in escrow. How much did you pay in escrow this morning?
I paid that $22.70 that I said I was going to pay.
$22.70.
Yes.
What's this? That's still, but that's not. Your monthly rent is 33.
Yes. Remember when I told you how I broke it down for the prorated amount? And that's what I came out to when we were here last time.
Okay, but if that paid So here's my question. If I have in escrow July, we'll just call it July and August because those are the latest ones.
And I paid September this morning.
Okay. And then if that's, well, that's the 2270.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. So without going into even at this point, the difference between the two.
I'm only 2 months behind.
Okay,
Well-
but where is the 2 months?
I don't have it right now. I was planning on paying at the end of the month.
I don't see how the 2270 pays at September either. And she's prorated it, but prorated, what does it mean? It's prorated. The entire amount is owed.
I didn't get it already.
I understand that, counsel. What did I just say? So you don't have October, November, or December at this point.
The rest I was planning to pay at the end of this month.
What do you mean?
Like to pay the rest off at the end of this month.
So basically 9,900.
No, it should only been about 7,000.
Why would it be 7,000? Your monthly rent is 3,300.
Yes, only these couple months. I thought it should have been 7,650. I thought that was all.
Mm-mm.
You know, we've got a
There's
copy of
6 months that's owed. Okay. I have 2 months in escrow. Right. So now I'm dealing with basically 4 months. You paid 2270. Again, I'm not going to get into necessarily why you got to that figure. I'll deal with that. I know what I have. But then when I look at October, November, and December, I have nothing.
Yes, because I didn't pay October, November, and then we're just getting to December.
Well, we're okay. So you're the two at this point, though, there's 9,900 that's owed at a minimum into court escrow. Right? What you say?
I suppose so, yes. Because I'm confused because I paid her May and I paid June when we first started.
The only thing I'm looking at right now is July through December. I'm looking at those 6 months. And if I'm looking at those 6 months, I have
The courtroom exploded when the judge uncovered how the landlord handled the tenant's water bill. The tenant explained she had already arranged a payment plan with the utility company. But suddenly the landlord removed the bill from her name, paid it herself, and demanded repayment directly. The judge instantly sensed something was wrong. He repeatedly asked one simple question: "Why did you change the name?" The landlord kept giving confusing answers, but the judge finally snapped and accused her of intentionally harassing the tenant. He even pointed out that the landlord could have paid the bill any time online, without changing ownership at all. That moment completely destroyed the landlord's credibility in court. Police Scarlight Collision.
2 and a partial.
Partial is in September.
The 2270 that you paid today. Basically a partial for September. Follow me?
Yes, I get what she's saying. I thought when I had mentioned the overpaid amount that I paid in June and the extra $300 and how much it would have been $533 to be prorated. That's how I came up with that $2267. Because I only owe 3 months of rent, including December. That's
I don't know where this proration you have is coming from, where you're taking monies off for September.
because in May I didn't get prorated at all. In May.
Pardon?
I didn't get prorated at all in May
When you moved in.
Yes,
You moved in on what day?
on the 5th.
But your lease started what day?
Which you started on.
On the 5th. And runs through what?
The 5th of next September. I don't remember the date.
I have a copy of the lease, Your Honor. It starts May 5, 2025. It ends May 4, 2027
May 4th.
of 2027. I have a copy of the, you've got it, okay.
So you follow that, ma'am?
Yes.
So there would not be a proration
How come?
because you would have 4 days, in essence, at the end of your lease. If your lease ended on the 30th or 31st of a month, I could see and get your argument about the 5 days because you didn't live there those first 5 days. But the way your lease runs, it runs from the 5th, but ends on the 4th of whatever month. So you get all your time. It's just not on the calendar month, basically.
I would remind the defendant that she's ignoring the water bill that's $1,900.
Why are you dealing with that right now? Did I ask you about it?
I brought it up
Did
because
you
she's
need
not,
to remind her of it?
just a reminder of it, yes.
Why?
She's not
I'm
talking.
trying to deal with something right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You follow that, Ms. Lyman?
Yes.
So give me a total of 66 plus 2270.
After hours of arguments, accusations, and shocking evidence, the judge finally delivered his decision, and nobody in the courtroom looked happy. The tenant was ordered to pay over $12,000 after rent and utility calculations were finalized, but the judge also slammed the landlord for harassment, interference, and mishandling security deposit laws. He even awarded the tenant compensation because of how badly she'd been treated during the lease. Then came the warning that left the entire courtroom tense. Every future payment must reduce the judgment directly, or the landlord could face serious consequences. By the end, the judge looked exhausted and joked that if court didn't end soon, he'd find somebody to yell at. Flushed face fire,